Hello, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. I'm your host, Nick Bowen, aka ApolloNik, aka that's it. Joining me today for season 1 of our show, Song of the Ravenlands, as always, is Brian, John, Andy, and Shannon. Hello, everybody. How are you today?
Bonjour, friendo.
Doing
Doing great.
Excellent.
Hello,
I'm
hello.
okay.
How about you? How you doing?
Yeah,
Well, let's zoom in on John's I'm okay.
are we zooming in?
I don't know, you can't.
Oh.
Yes!
Yep.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it.
Been playing around with this software a little bit more.
Nice.
Oh, but I'm too relaxed. It's time to be in pain and embrace the Dutch angle that my camera's at all times. Because it's stationed on a Tums bottle. This stream is brought to you today by the letter T and the number 48. It's how many Tums I'm going to eat by the end of this session.
Wait,
So-
your camera's on a Tums bottle, and you had another one on
Yes.
hand. How many bottles approximately within reach right now?
2, because I threw out the
Okay.
other 4.
If you aren't being sponsored by them, they're missing the fucking boat. That's all
I
I'm
know.
saying.
It will
All
be
right,
a
let's
miracle
move on.
if we can get through a season of this show. All right, so
Gonna die here.
today on this is episode 4. Let's recap. Who wants to recap? What happened
Andy
last time?
does. Or Shannon does.
Shannon did not take notes.
I mean, I have notes and I can recap, but it's much more fun when somebody didn't take notes to recap.
Shannon,
Y'all are-
you're up.
Bunch of sons of bitches. Okay, so last time we here's my official recap. We went to the library. We went to and we were scouring around, and Cacophony stole some stuff, and we got healed up pretty good. But then freaking Carnal was just like ruining everything. Eventually we were able to ditch that guy. Left him behind. We got some intel on where my Raven nuns are, which is in the woods up yonder, and where we were searching for them when we got attacked by a fountain and some vines. Then we kicked their ass, and then we decided that we were going to follow the blood trail, which will lead us inevitably to where the Raven sisters are. But then we also saw off in the distance, it was like a big blue thing, but you said it wasn't the mountain. We thought it was the mountain, or it was like the sky under the mountain or something, but it ended up being something else.
Yeah, from a distance, the hill looked kind of hazy, and you thought, oh, that's just render distance, basically.
Got it.
But as you have drawn closer, you see that the haze has not disappeared. There is a heavy, thick haze of blue over this entire hill, of which you are at the base, and you are noticing some like a very potent, earthy smell lingering in the air as there is this kind of blue haze lingering.
So we decided that we were either going to do. There's a tomb, right? Like we were stationed outside of some tombs to try and get some rest because we wanted to heal up from our battle.
Right.
We did.
Yes.
Before we decided if we were going to go after the blue stuff or go into the tombs.
Yes, yeah. You are at the entrance to what looks like a mausoleum where warriors of the Alder Wars from over 100 years ago are buried. So why don't we pick up there? I will go ahead and switch us over.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, it loaded
Is there
correctly.
any music going on? Am I just deaf?
Oh, our
This could
camera's
be
froze.
I'm
Why is
hearing
that?
a faint.
I see music. I hear music too, because that makes more sense.
Oh, I need
Did you click off
yeah.
on Discord again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better maximize those cameras, Nick.
Yeah, I don't know why the cams keep freezing.
It's because you're not popped out and maximized.
Oh, do I? Oh, yes, that's right. I need a full screen. There we go. Okay.
You're welcome. I'm here for you.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's probably the middle of the day or kind of late afternoon when you all arrive outside the mausoleum doors. They are closed, and etched on them are, just
Cool.
some ornate looking, trees and vines. Depicted on there are elves, dwarves, wolfkin, orcs, humans, halflings, goblins. Like, it's basically a menagerie of all of the kin of the Ravenlands that fought in the wars.
Are they standing in like awesome poses of like we do battle, or are they just like T-posing
Yeah,
and looking down on
no,
us?
it's like an Avengers, movie poster. Like
Okay.
faces looking this way, someone doing a pose that way, someone holding a weapon this direction.
That's fair.
Yes.
Classic memorial.
Mm-hmm.
So is it the night we got here, or is it the
It's
day
Late
after?
afternoon.
It's like late afternoon. But before we jump into that, I think we have just some housekeeping stuff we needed to go over. Let me just pull up my notes from last time. Where are my notes on? Yes. Okay. So a couple of important things. John, actually, I need to double check. You all are spending the evening resting, yes? Outside the mausoleum?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I remember.
All right. In that case, John, you have leveled up your character because you reached enough XP to do so.
I have. I'm
Yeah.
a level 2 fighter now. Isn't that cool, guys?
That's fantastic. Let's go over the move for leveling up,
You don't have to.
and let's talk about how you leveled up. So, when you have downtime and enough experience, you choose a new advanced move from your class. If you're a wizard, you add new spells to your spellbook. You increase one of your stats by 1, and that's it. And reduce your XP. So let's go over what did you pick for your advanced move and
Nick,
for your stat.
I enjoy you and your transparency when it comes to the audience, but as a performer, I'm going to declare I want to keep some secrets.
Okay.
And how dare you try to make me give them up for nothing?
Okay. Whatever, John.
So dramatic all the time.
I gotta be.
Okay. In that case, we will not be going over that, and you all can just DM John and just harass him for the information.
Repeatedly.
Wait.
As a matter of
Good, I
fact, I think
thrive.
you guys should wait until John has a show running on his channel and then just
DM
Discord message him repeatedly over and over and over again. Because it
That's
doesn't
what
upset
I
him at all.
love. I love it.
Yes.
Do it. It feeds me.
Excellent. Okay.
Makes him stronger.
All right. Okay, so just camping overnight is not enough to recover any HP in Dungeon World. So I think there was some healing done last time, and Brian Merrick had revoked one of his spells as a result of one of his rolls. I think you had rolled.
This is true.
Cast a spell here and got a 9 on what was the spell? I see you rolled the die for healing.
light wounds.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you have that revoked for the moment, but we are resting. So, does anyone want to have any scenes or do anything while you all rest?
Yes, but I want to hear everyone else first.
I think that if Merrick is resting, he is definitely going to commune with Worm. I will go ahead, maybe move off away from the party, like maybe 5-10 feet, definitely still in eyesight. Sit down, get myself calm, close my eyes, and then start swaying and moving. And I will slowly beseech my deity to give me the opportunity to grant me, if it so desires, more spells.
I'm going to need a charisma check from you.
Ooh, okay.
I think. Well, you've been
Just
traveling
charm
for a
that
few.
guy.
You've been traveling for a few days since you last communed. I think
3
this-
days. 3
That's
days out of Galler Hall by my
Okay.
notes.
All right. Let me find my worm music here.
Nick Jazz. That's the stuff.
That's the one. All right. So you begin to sway, and you're kind of like, you're, what did we call that? Kind of like hypnotized snake fashion.
Yeah.
And you once again hear kind of like, it was kind of like tuning the signal, I think is how we described it. You kind of needed to like feel out where Worm was and kind of arrive at his presence or draw his towards yours. And he checks in with you. Merrick, what can I do for you this fine evening?
We draw close. The Raven sisters have to be nearby. We found many clues. We found a blood trail. We're about to continue our pursuit. They have the knowledge we need to perhaps combat the Rust Brothers. Knowledge about the Blood Mist, knowledge about what's been going on.
Yes, there is much to learn. The Raven Sisters are an ancient order who may have some wisdom to impart. Obviously, it is of benefit to the Hollows to return them, but also to befriend them. It is strange that they are in such appear to be in such a desperate position, having been injured by vines and not able to return. Be wary and keep your wits about you.
We will.
Now, is there anything else that you need?
Only for you to grant me your power once more.
Are you having some trouble again?
I lost connection to one of my spells when I tried to cast it. I was able to heal, but it was drawn away from me.
Interesting. I do not sense that my power is not reaching you. Perhaps something else is happening. We will...
Perhaps it a failure. Perhaps it is a failure on my end.
Perhaps, but I will continue to pay attention and see if there's anything I can glean. Good luck.
Thank you. I'll draw out of my trance. Have I been granted spells again?
Yes, you are able to successfully recover the spell, and I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm
You're
gonna.
asking for a check. You're not going to make me make it.
No, I'm not. I think if you're trying to commune on like a really frequent basis,
Right.
Worm has other stuff going on, and you might need to use your willpower to like draw him and be like, hey, prioritize me.
Oh, bro, what's up?
Pay attention. Yeah. I'm lonely.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So anything else anyone wants to do while you have the afternoon and evening at the base of the hill outside the mausoleum?
Definitely gonna take some time to check on Chives, pulls the remaining poisonous thorns out of his fur, and see that he's healing up okay, since he was grappled quite aggressively by a evil, poisonous or venomous vine. And help him clean out his wounds and pluck the thorns out of his fur, and ask if he's okay, and get a less certain but still strong single hoof stomp for yes, and a horn shake,
Yeah. Chives seems very distracted. He's constantly keeping his attention at the mausoleum door, and he's acting in the way like he does when he like notices something that he is concerned about. He does not relax.
What's wrong, buddy?
He
What's
just
going on?
stares at the door.
Maybe I walk over to the door to see if I can see what he's seeing. Go take a look at it.
Yeah,
Closer.
go
You have
ahead.
discern.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, what was that, Shannon?
I was gonna say, does he have discern realities? Do we all have that?
Yeah, everyone has discerned realities. Why don't you go ahead and give me one of those, Andy?
All right. Discern realities. That's an intelligence, right?
I believe so. I thought it was wisdom.
Oh, I have it dialed to INT, but I can move it to wisdom if you want.
Um,
Is that at your discretion or mine?
I'm just gonna double check the rules. So why is our music so quiet? There it is.
Mine's also set to INT. If
Oh,
that
okay.
is at
Yeah. All right, then go for it.
All right. This is a INT discern realities.
That is an 8.
What an impressive-
It should be wisdom. I don't know why it's set to intelligence. That might be a bug.
Oh, so I
with
get
these
to
sheets.
re-roll, is what you're saying.
what I heard.
Or you take the 7 and it
I
stays
would-
the same.
I would take the 8, Andy, because your wisdom is lower.
It's true. All right, let's stick with the 8.
Okay. So you get one question from this list.
Yeah. Just thinking about it. Sorry. What here is not what it appears to be?
What
Oh.
here is not what it appears to be. This mausoleum does not appear to be unoccupied. You hear the faint sound of movement through these heavy, thick stone doors. There is also signs. There is like blood on the handle of one of these doors. Presumably the same blood as a Raven sister, like the trail from the Raven sisters. There also appears to be a lot of, as a tracker, as the ranger, you would also notice there is a lot of movement in and out of this space. Like this area is well worn, like the ground is.
Oh, in a way that's like incongruous with the rest of the monuments and everything, the condition they're in.
It's incongruous with like the fact that this is a forest full of dangerous monsters and what you thought to be not people. There is a lot of like traffic through this door, and like you can see going right through here. There is a lot of foot traffic.
Okay.
In and out.
Hmm.
The other thing throughout the evening, as you're kind of like trying to place this strange earthy smell that is lingering in the air along with the blue haze, it is very similar to spores. Like it's that earthy, musty, mushroomy smell that I'm sure, having picked mushrooms in your life as the ranger, and who lived among goat folk, the fawn, you would recognize. But it is very, very different and kind of sour.
I think I'd return to the group and tell them there's signs of a blight here, and there's signs of unknown activity. We need to be extra careful. We may need to be ready to move.
I thought we were camping. We're not camping around
This may not be a safe place to camp.
Then lead us to safety, O noble ranger. I grow weary, and my sword won't go back into my gut.
My instinct would be go to high ground, where we can see everything from up above. Being down below this cliff is not good for us to be in a position to move.
You don't wish to conceal yourselves amongst the trees.
Yeah, so if we're up high and we can see everything, then everything else can see us also, right?
We're standing on top of a bare hill, yes. If we're standing on top of a wooded hill, maybe not.
It is a wooded hill.
Okay, we go and find a place to sleep. Out of the way of this nightmare that
Okay.
is about to be unleashed upon us.
Okay. As you move a ways up the hill, the fog, the spore fog, becomes a little bit denser and a little bit denser the further up you go.
We're moving towards the spore fog.
Any direction up the hill is denser fog.
All right, we go down the hill into the
never
woods.
Fuck that.
Cool.
Scooby-Doo
We are
style.
trying to rest, ApolloNik.
You came to a dangerous place. What can I say?
We go into the least dangerous area of this dangerous place.
You know, there's a lot of threats around here. I don't know if anything is necessarily safe, but I'm sure you can take precautions.
We
Someone can
take precautions and rest.
Yes.
Find
yes.
a place that we think is safe.
Sure, that's good enough for me. I'm not gonna like
Over
pull one
here.
over on you all right now. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Not right now. Wait till later.
Yeah,
I already did the level up, and I don't want to...
Yeah, yes, I'm not gonna pull that away from you, John. Don't worry.
Thank you.
You don't need to power
Dangling
game
the
with me.
carrot.
Cacophony. Is there anything you're doing during this time?
I think she's looking for. I thought she might have been looking for clues like around where she thought the Raven sisters may have gone into. But then she's thinking about like how there was blood and we found their clothes, and it's possible that they were captured. Like if there's unusual foot traffic and it's mostly, I mean, I guess, are we assuming that it's human? Is that?
What are you on about? What?
The foot traffic that we saw by the doors of the mausoleum, is it mostly human?
I discerned realities, Nick.
I will need an intelligence check, but you have +1, like to answer this specific question because that was your discern realities question.
Let's interpret some information.
Andy, or
Boom.
okay.
That is an 8. So there are definitely some. Well, it's really hard to tell with Selkies, right? Because they can shape shift their feet, depending on how pure they are of Selkie
like
blood.
2 options, right?
Yeah. Well, like,
Or are they like full spectrum shapeshifters, or is it just bird/human?
Well, I don't know. Here, Shannon, I have a question for you. Is
Yes.
it when Selkies are just kind of like walking around or hiking, like is there any reason why they would not be in their like crow feet variant, or would they like switch over to human feet?
So I would imagine that if they're not in their bird form, when they slip out of their bird form, they would typically be in their human form, and their bird form would be like a cloak or like a wrap or something around them that they could then like.
Yeah.
I'm pulling heavily from other Selkie lore that I'm anticipating, but in this world, as a shifter, like they're more like they're Selkies, but they're more shifters. So she's able to transform pieces of her body and at will. But that's because she's high caste. So
okay.
Are the sisters also high caste, or are they something else?
That's a good question. I would assume that they are also high caste. So I guess I will frame my question differently. As you have been hiking through the forest, have you been in a like more humanoid form for ease of moving through brush, or is it easier to be like in a crow form, or do you have another reason to stay like in one or the other?
I think for the time being right now, it's easier for her to be in her human form and then to shift to evade danger. Like if to fly away, but like to fight, it's much easier for her in her human form.
Okay. In that case, you see what looks like a lot of humanoid-looking feet Most of them, Basil, are really small. Like they look like children's feet. Like they're very small, but you do see some larger footprints. You also see what looks like someone kind of being dragged towards the door, or kind of like scuff marks, like they were being like having help walking and kind of dragging their foot.
All right.
And that is what you get on a partial success.
Shannon, does that give you ample information to make your decision?
Yes. I think that she's concerned. Like initially she thought maybe that the Raven sisters had run into this mausoleum like for shelter, but now it seems like something more horrible and nefarious has taken place and that they were most likely captured or killed and then
Hiding
dragged
from
into
something.
the hiding. Seems like the mausoleum might not be the place to hide. Like if they're high cast, they could transform into birds and fly away, right? Like what's keeping them there? So to me, it seems more like they've been captured and they've been shoved underground where they can't fly away. So I don't know.
If you get damaged in your human form, we'll call it, for lack of proper terminology, does that damage not transfer over to your bird caca
I don't
form as
think it
well?
does. I don't think it does because it's like they're two natured, like they're the same person but two different
So if I
bodies.
kill you when you're a bird, do you die as a human?
Well, I would imagine that one form can't live without the other,
Well, that's
but
why I'm asking.
don't fall asleep tonight. Just don't.
I don't know why you're getting defensive. I'm just trying to figure out why
I
we're
don't
going
know
into
why
a
you're
coup.
getting defensive. I'm just telling you you shouldn't sleep
You
tonight.
can't
That's all.
180 turn the why are you getting defensive around when I bring it up. I go to sleep, Nick.
Okay. Who
Arguing.
I immediately start to mess with him.
Leave me
Whatever he's
alone.
doing.
who is on first watch and who is on second watch?
I'm on all the watches, Nick, because I got something I need to do, and it's gonna take all night.
Literally just said I go to sleep.
I lied. That's what I
Okay.
do, Nick.
I'll take the first not lying watch, and
Perfect.
while Chives is curled up, I continue to check him over and make sure he's okay, and keep my eyes on the woods around us.
Yeah, he seems a lot more at ease up the hill away from the mausoleum door, but he still seems to be a little on edge. All right, John, what do you have for us? Oh,
I'd say that. I was going to say I'll take the last watch in the
Okay.
morning.
Cool. Over the course of a night, Nick, I guess does anything happen, because this, I want it to take all night. Wake Moss is going to have some terrible visions, some terrible dreams that are going to keep him up in a somersaulted position, staring at this weird glowing sword that has sprouted from his chest cavity. This gaping wound where a blade appears every now and again, remaining. Normally it just shunks back into his body, but now it just won't quit. It's just in his lap, being heavy, being a nuisance.
do you have to shove the sword back in your body each time, or does it naturally just kind of like disappear, or like just kind of like
I think
reabsorb
it does
into your
like a
body?
weird Animorphs thing where it just like comes back into the flesh. And it's like normally unseen, but like underneath his armor there is just a gaping hole where he was stabbed once. And where the sword comes out from and materializes and looks all gross and sinister. But now it's just sitting there glowing in the dim light of this night. Apparently we're surrounded by spore bullshit too.
Yes.
Okay. I stare into it.
Are Oh, you didn't take the heirloom weapon move, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay. This would be
But
have been a
I've
perfect
got
moment for
something
that.
better. I got something better, Nick.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave this one to you. I'm going to throughout this night of channeling this blade, I want to try to contact its spirit, or if it is connected, indeed, to the fairy I ate. Do you want me to
Give me one sec to
post?
read a move.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a move that fighters have access to do this. However, you did not take that move.
You're right. I took a spell instead.
Yes.
That's what I took. The mystery is now solved. I now can cast magic.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I think that you hear faint whispers. That sound distant, far away, and indiscernible. But throughout the night, as you stare into this blade, you are drawn to it and you feel something coming from it. You feel like electricity or like a wiry feeling throughout your whole body. And you are almost like incapable of pulling yourself away, pulling your attention away from the sword. You're almost like mesmerized, and you feel your body changing. You feel that hole in your chest, like tickling, like it's being tickled with electricity. And the voices throughout the night do not make any sense. Like you cannot understand them. You try and make out what they're saying, but somehow something has been communicated to you, and by the next morning, which you arrive at safely and without incident, you are capable of some magical tricks. And I'll leave it to you to narrate like how you discover these, or if you would like, you just know how to do them. Like the knowledge can have been passed on to you by these voices.
Okay. I think they'll come further along our adventure. Wick, tired-eyed, the night having passed in a blink of an eye to him. And he stands.
Okay.
Wake up! We're gonna go save some Raven girls. Sisters. Daughters?
Raven sisters.
Friends. That's what they're going to be.
Okay.
Does the night of rest help me heal or remove a debility in any way?
No.
Cool.
The move for recovering requires that you do nothing but rest in comfort and safety for an entire day. But you all are not in safety and not in comfort, and you did not spend a whole day resting. So there is no healing here, unless Marika, if you are performing any additional spells.
Well, how injured are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm weak, but otherwise my HP is near back to full. I'm at 18 out of 21 right now.
What about you, Shannon?
Oh, likewise. I'm at 18 out of 21, but I have a debility. I have thick on my constitution.
I think we
so.
all have a debility at the moment.
Yeah.
I have more bandages I can use to heal you, but I think I'm gonna hold on to them for now.
Yeah,
Unless
we're
you
good.
guys feel like you need it. Okay.
Okay.
Then I think it's time for us to enter a tomb.
Okay.
Carefully.
Yeah.
Enter
Raise
the
my
tomb.
hand
A
along.
literal
Sneaky.
dungeon world.
We are in the world of dungeons.
All right. John, I see that you
Yeah.
moved your wick token up right to the front of the door. Are you the first to approach the door?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
I love this door. It's just filled with history and spirits. It's a
Okay.
beautiful door.
Uh,
Hand carved by someone, somewhere, somewhen.
yeah. There are two great big handles, one on each of the large doors. It looks like you're supposed to pull them.
I do the Resident Evil 1 door open animation.
You do not. As you move to open the door, you find that the inside is in fact barricaded. And there is not a moment, there is no moment to communicate what is happening, because very quickly a voice calls out to you from the other side of the door. And it is a tiny and squeaky voice that says, "What you want?"
I blink.
"Who you?"
Come on in. I'm your friend. Open up.
"I have no friend."
I can be that friend. Let me in.
"What you name?"
I'll give you a healing potion if you let me in right now.
Healing poison? That make no sense.
Potion.
Poison?
Potion?
I don't want poison.
I think I shoulder him aside and then speak to the crack in the door. We're looking for our friends. We know they came through this way. We're just trying to see if they're okay.
Not your
You're
friend.
our friends.
We not your
You're
friend.
not my friend? Why not?
Not you. Our other friends have come through.
What they look like?
Bird ladies.
Dark feathered and injured.
There's a lot of blood out here.
There's
Seems
like
somebody's hurt inside.
there's
Mine are about the size of my knee. They are rat-like in nature.
I can't see your knee. Door is closed. But
Open.
Don't
I
listen
can
to him.
show you it.
Listen, noble mausoleum guard. We help our friends. So you help us. We can return the favor.
what favor? What favor you do for us?
Oh my god.
I mean, we got a pretty good diverse set of skills here, so that can be negotiated. But we need to come inside first.
We know open door without knowing what you offer. You want to talk to bird ladies? You must pay up. What you have?
Thank you for confirming that they're there.
All right,
need-
talk to me about this door. Is there enough for me to like stab a sword through it, or is it like
Don't do it.
airtight?
What do?
It's a
does-
big ass fucking stone door.
So it's like vacuum
have-
sealed, and we can't. What's
not
going? Is
vacuum
there any
sealed.
air?
I mean, I have some coin that we can part with because I can always steal more. Like,
We'll give you money.
how does coin sound appealing to you at all, gatekeeper?
We don't use coin.
What do you use? Maybe I can steal that for you.
Food. Preferably
You want food?
We want food.
We can give you food. We got food.
How much food?
I got so much food, bro.
Let me see.
I got 8 days.
I have 8 days as well. I think that each of us could spare a day and give you 4 food.
10 days.
Wow.
We can part with 4 food.
There are 18 of us. Need 18 food.
Well, then
We
you'll
got
have
it,
to
bro.
learn how to split it.
You got a ration like we do. Also, you sound small. Our
How
food's
big are
bigger.
you? Yeah, how big are you? Our food is pretty large.
You hear some movement, some like clattering behind the door, and then one of the doors pushes open just a couple of inches, and on the other side you see just this emaciated, pale, like, here, I'm just going to share.
Can I grab him? I want to just pull him through the door.
Don't do it.
No, you cannot, because along with this face, the face
What?
of this creature, which has just a black beady eye, there are several spears also sticking out. So if you'd like to reach in, John, I can roll some dice.
Yeah, do it.
They said,
Not just yet.
So, but like scale wise, is he as big as, a basil, or is he?
they are more of Chive's size. They look like tiny little people. And what these creatures are called are whiners. WHINERS.
Well, whiners, you are approximately 1/4 the size, let's say, of a regular person. And this ration is meant for a regular sized human. So you can divvy it up as many ways as you like, and that should feed all 18 of you.
You're saying 1 equals 2 for food.
I'm saying 1 equals 3 or 4.
So we'll give you 6 food.
So, yeah.
So there are 18 of you. And if 1 equals 4 food, then you take 4 from 18. Then you divide by the number of food, which is 4, which would then be like 3 food per 8 of you, which would then give you like 1 food to share for every 12. So hold on. And then I'll pull 3 dungeon rations out. So this food would be enough for all of you twice over.
I'm going to need a parlay from you. They look... they have no pupils. There's no whites of their eyes, but their faces just look fucking confused.
That was
was
some
my hope.
powerful
I am
deceivery
too.
there.
I don't know what's going on.
But when you
now.
pull out the food and you just go, this will be enough for all of you, they will have a response based on your roll.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Parlay, please.
I hope it's good.
I hope it's good too. This should be fun. If not, then
Nice.
hey, mark experience.
Mark experience, please.
Nice.
I'll be lovely.
I was gonna hinder you too.
How many rations was it that you offered? 6?
Oh, I pulled out 3.
3.
We need much more than that. You want to talk to Bird Lady? You give more
Can you not
food.
see it?
Well, show me the bird lady before we show you more food,
No.
Senior Whiner.
No.
No. We give you 3 food to let us see them. You get the other 3 food when we know they're alive and they're okay.
But they not alive.
They're dead?
They're all dead.
Did you do it?
Bird
Stop,
ladies.
we can hear the door's open.
Bird ladies come. They offer us much more food than this. They ask for shelter. We give to them. One left.
And now they're
Don't know where
dead?
he is or where she is. Other two.
The other one is dead?
Yes. One died. Then Loud Spook came. Then we just don't go back there now.
How ajar is the door right now?
They can. It's wide enough that they could easily fit through it. You would have to like wrench it up. One of you would have to wrench it open for another to get
Well then, it sounds like Basil and Wick are about. Wait, Basil's about to assist me in
Is
opening the door.
is there like a shared look here, or
I have a
While Wick and I are
Fair.
looking at each other, Chives runs forward and with one of his horns just pries the door open.
I lift gate. If Chives is doing this, like I like
Can
the
I ask-
goat more than the man now. What is happening here?
okay?
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
As they're staring out into the morning light, does it look like they're like squinting or holding back? Are they used to the darkness? Are they looking out with like eager eyes?
Yes.
What am I seeing
They have
here?
noticeably not stepped out into the light and are kind of like sulking back.
Okay, so they're kind of welcoming the darkness.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Well, then if this ends up happening between Chives and Wick, then I'll have something I do.
Okay. I am going to try and not escalate this unless you all really, really want to, because there are 18 of them and they all have spears. But
They're not lying about their number. That's fine.
Chives
We just
isn't
want to
being
blind them. We
aggressive.
just want to see what's inside.
Chives isn't being aggressive. He's just wedging his horn into the door to start to work it open. You know.
they go, oh, you offer goat? You offer goat for food
Yes.
as food?
All right.
Not a
We're
goat.
opening this gate. Open up.
Okay.
It's not food, but he'll fuck you up if you mess with him. Go ahead and try it.
Okay. Wick. You have decided, you have rolled, you've declared Ben bars lift
Yep.
gates. What are you doing to this door? Choose 3 of these.
Okay. Well, it obviously isn't gonna... It's an open door, so it doesn't take a very long time.
Well, like, okay, here's what I
I
want to
want
know.
to keep
Are
the
you...
door standing. What's
so
that?
this move is for destroying objects, not moving them. So if you use this move, like, well, so remember, for
Well,
dungeon
he
roll,
can fix
you
it
need to
as an
describe
option.
what your character's doing before we decide a move.
I've been trying to. I said I grab the handle and throw it open. If
Okay.
one of the doors comes off, the sun's coming in, baby.
Okay.
Well, I am superhuman right now.
okay.
And these people just said our only hope to save our village is dead. Okay?
Okay.
We need in there.
All right. Okay, so you are pulling the door off its hinge, it sounds like.
I guess so.
Okay. It doesn't take a long
It doesn't
time.
take a long time. I can fix it again without a lot of effort.
Wonderful.
And nothing of value is damaged. I'm literally just picking it up and putting it to the side, He-Man style.
Okay.
A nice clean
I'm
rip.
tired of them having all the leverage in this conversation and us literally getting stonewalled. Quite literally.
Literally. The looks of terror like sweep over their faces, and they all, like, you know, you now can see like 9 or 10 of them all holding spears and swords, and they all
Perfect.
like take a big step back and gasp as the door is ripped off its hinge and just crashes on the ground or against the stone wall along the pathway.
Right! It seems we have even bargaining power now. I have your door and you have a body. Either go get it, or I'm coming in there to get it.
3 food is fine.
Okay.
And they like
I give them 3 food. I
Step
throw them the rest of my bag.
they part and let you all walk in, clutching their
Thank you.
spears.
Light us up, Merrick.
I'll
I-
also subtract 1 ration.
Yeah, I'll subtract 1 off mine too. I will take my holy symbol and hold it up to my mouth, and you will see a quick, like, snake tongue just go pop out really quick, and it will hit the holy symbol, and I will cast light on it.
Nice.
If
Okay.
I can cast for rotes when I cast them, is it still a roll to cast?
It
a
is
spell?
still a roll to cast them. Every
Then-
everything, every spell.
Then that is what I am going to aim to do.
Okay.
Oh,
I think it's worth noting that the smallest whiner, who stands at like 1.5 feet tall, with just like a spear that looks like it was just broken in half, to make a much shorter handle, is just like shaking and quivering and just points towards one of the chambers in the mausoleum.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation.
I pat him gently on the head and tell him Chives admires his bravery.
He yelps and runs away into a different chamber. Okay, so you cast the light cantrip, which if you could link that for us as well, and then you need to choose one of
Sure.
these consequences for a partial success. Okay.
I'm gonna go with third option. Once again, revoke the spell. We are using this. This is when we're gonna need the light spell for the next couple days, so I'm okay with losing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We can put
All
ourselves
right.
in a spot later.
The whiner that appears to be the biggest, the one who is speaking with you and muttering to all of the other whiners after like every response, steps up and says, be careful of Loud Spook back there. Very dangerous.
Loud spook, huh?
Loud Spook, very scary. And
Did they go into the loud spook and then die, or?
no, Loud Spook came later.
Oh, okay. Don't
You-
worry about it.
You not
got it.
metal men, are you?
You
The
know.
Rust Brothers? No.
Yes, metal men came month ago, threatened us.
Why would they threaten you?
Wanted cave.
They want your cave?
Yes, They came in.
Why do
Can't
they
believe
want your cave?
that they treated you that way.
Came in.
We'll avenge
Unbelievable.
you.
Came in, messed with Cave, tossed it all, and he like gestures around, and you can see that around this mausoleum there are just lots of little alcoves where there are like people interned in varying sizes of not casks. If they're made of stone,
Casket?
are they still caskets? Thank you.
Sarcophagus, I
Sar-
guess would
yeah.
be the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those all over the place, kind of put into little cubbies, in varying spots around the room. But
Oh
up,
no.
and so there's different sizes for different, type of kin. And then up above are little tiny, there are a couple little jars.
Like
Most
canopic
of them,
jars?
though, like there's a whole shelf around the whole rim of the place with a few jars, but it looks like everything has been tossed in this crypt, in this mausoleum, save for a few jars. Yes, they come in, they ruin Cave.
Well, I understand your hesitancy to let us in then. I'm sorry that happened to you, little man.
I'll pull out one extra dungeon ration and hand it to the big one and say, "Watch the door then. And let us know if they come back."
If metal men come back, not much we can do. Door broken.
I'll fix it. Calm
Fix it
down.
later.
I move forward. How many corpses are just thrown about? Or just, are mummies? How many of them are there?
There are no corpses lying about, but it looks like the lids to the sarcophagi have just been like tossed, and there's just broken jars everywhere, ceramic jars.
Is there like ash thrown about, or?
No,
Yeah.
there is no
Interesting.
ash.
Looting, not desecration.
As you look over the jars, the whiner says, "They were looking for they took red sparkle red what do I call them? Red sparkles.
Shit.
They took red sparkles."
And powder?
Well,
Rubies.
No.
Elf
Rubies.
rubies.
No rubies.
Yes, and other things inside big stone jars. Took metal, weapons. Left a lot behind though.
like what?
Shrugs. Not sure what they were looking for.
Okay. I thought.
I think it said drugs.
I did too
All right.
at first. I was like, drugs are cool. Can we see your drugs?
They needed drug cave.
They came wrong cave.
Super smoky when we come back.
What's your name? What's your name, my brave friend?
I am
I
Menger.
do. You're
It's nice to
Menger?
meet you, Menger. I'm
Thank you,
Basil. My noble Ibex friend over here is Chives. He applauds your.
You eat him with chives?
You
Aw,
could try,
damn
but
it.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Never had
We
goat
don't
with
eat him at all.
chives. Sound good. Typically
It's
don't cook
delicious.
meat and season at all though.
As a grave warden in now an upturned barrow, for lack of more words, I gotta look around this place. I need to see what's been stolen, or if it's just like mundane looting. Obviously they came for like the rubies and stuff, but
Yeah.
I wanna discern some realities. If
Yeah.
you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead and
This-
discern realities.
Is this wisdom? It says int for me too.
I think everyone should change it to wisdom. I looked in the rule book and it should be wisdom. I'm not sure why it's intelligence.
Merrick, as a cleric, do you want to assist me?
Sure. If there's a
Can
way
also
to
Aid.
lay some spirits to rest, I will try and do so.
Okay. How big is this room? Is this just one big chamber?
So
and it
so
moves
there
on,
is
or-
there is a large chamber and there appear to be hallways that lead to other chambers. Like you would probably recognize, like, given that this is completely carved out into a mountain or a hill, that this is the work of a stone singer. Most mausoleums of the Alder Wars in order to bury people quickly were made by stone singers, dwarves who could literally sing or whistle, just use musical song to move earth. It's fine craftsmanship, and there are many chambers with many people interned here.
Okay.
But
Does he
yeah, go ahead.
does he aid or interfere first, or do you want the discern realities first?
I think in this case, since it's pretty low stakes, I think you can roll first.
6. I cannot discern any answers unless I get helped, and that gets bumped up to a 1.
Yeah, Merrick, what are you doing
Well,
to help? Just help and search.
I was rolling first. Oops, but yes, I think I will go and look over the sarcophagi, look over the urns that are found around. If I see anything that's signs of what once was a dead body, I will attempt to lay spirits to rest by saying prayers to Worm, and I think I would maybe like go over top of the sarcophagi and say, "May the spirits that reside here share your knowledge in the afterlife with those who seek it."
Ooh, that's an interesting notion, like sharing wisdom from life before moving on.
Mm.
I really like that because I was gonna say like I don't think Worm has any domain over death, but like meeting and greeting souls to acquire their knowledge is a really interesting concept. Unfortunately, these people died a long time ago, and there's no opportunity for that. But if there are any restless spirits who have not passed on, I think that there's opportunity for that. Okay, so John, I'm really proud of you for getting a failed roll where you could have earned XP and instead saying, "Yeah, now Shadow helps me."
You're welcome.
Way to not power game, buddy.
I'm not a power gamer.
Yeah.
I just enjoy winning.
So I believe for discern realities on a partial success, you get 1 question.
All right. We know who's really in control here, guys. It's us. Let's be real. What here? What is about to happen? What happened here recently? What should I be on the lookout for? Is kind of obvious. We're obviously on the lookout for ghosts. Man, this makes me sound like a greedy power gamer. But what here is useful or valuable to us, Nick?
Yes.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to answer this from your perspective as a grave warden. You said you're really interested in like what was taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think especially given your relationship with the Rust brothers, them having taken something of value from you,
Yeah.
I think you're definitely on the lookout for what isn't here that was useful or valuable. So there's a lot of warriors, of all kin buried here in their some in their armor, but usually it's like ornamental pieces and less like the actual big heavy like full armor and full weapons. Usually there's some sort of like there's lots of like small family pieces or small like tiny swords or daggers, small like bucklers, but you would probably know from the Alder Wars that a lot of that stuff got kept and repurposed or reused. It certainly did in the Hollows, once I think it was the Slater family got their blacksmith going. They probably repurposed a lot of armor and weapons from the Alder Wars to make other stuff. So there's a lot of small pieces here, but there are a number of like on some of the plaques they list like some like generals, captains. Their gear is missing. It seems that certain pieces are missing. Presumably,
like some shoulders have been popped out of their sockets or ribs,
Yeah,
Yeah, I get you.
Some weapons, some bracers, some necklaces that you would imagine. Like you're just noticing there's missing pieces and there's been like broken bones and stuff to take stuff. So presumably, objects of great value or power. There also appears to be basically every elven ruby that was in here is gone. Like almost every jar is broken. And those that are still there are empty.
Concerning.
Yeah. The other thing of value that you notice, since you all are on a mission to recover the Raven sisters, there is a trail of blood leading back into the chamber that the small whiner pointed out to you.
You said they came a month ago?
The metal men?
Yeah.
Yes. Metal men
Okay.
come, demand we leave, threaten to kill us. We ran
And
away
you did?
and hid.
Did you see where they went?
No. We went uphill and talked to Red Eye. Red Eye make them leave. Don't know where they went.
Who is Red Eye?
Red Eye. Red Eye is big spook. Likes to make deals, play games.
Hmm.
Well, not
Sounds
dealing
like
with that right now.
horrible demon. Okay.
Manger, will you take us to where the bird people were?
But Loud Spook is back there.
We'll protect you from the loud spook, Manger. We promise.
Okay.
I'll hold my light up high in the air.
If Loud Spook gets loud and angry, I'm going to run away.
Okay, that's
okay.
That's
You
fair.
can
You're
hang out behind us
We won't think,
so that you have the
we won't think
fastest
any,
way out.
Yeah, we won't think any less of you if you do that.
I lead following the trail of blood so that Manger doesn't feel so scared.
I'll be right behind so the light shines for everybody to see.
Yeah. Menger basically hides behind you, like he's walking directly behind you, Merrick, and he's just like pointing at the trail of blood. Like he's not really. He's just like, yes, that way, blood, that way. Go follow blood.
All right, we got it. Yep.
Loud Spook back there.
We follow. Anything of note?
Yes, you hear a very loud like banging towards the back of the mausoleum as you move.
I'm dead open inside.
Loud Spook.
Metal on
angry.
metal? Stone on stone?
It's metal on stone.
Okay.
What's that?
Loud Spook. Very angry. Likes to throw things around.
Why don't you go ahead and shuffle behind me, Manger?
Takes one big step back from Merrick and now behind Cacophony.
I'm just gonna kind of like lift my cloak so that he's kind of shielded from view so he doesn't feel so scared.
We go to this door, or at least the source of the noise.
Yes.
I think we march right
With bravery and fierceness.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you head in towards the back of the mausoleum, and in the back, one of the back rooms, laying there are three Raven sisters on the ground.
Son of a bitch.
One in a pool of blood. Let's see. Let me consult my notes here really quickly. One in a pool of blood. The other just looks white and dead, or pale. Wait, crows have feathers, so they wouldn't look pale. They just look dead.
Milky
oh,
eyes
yes.
dead.
Yeah.
They're definitely dead then. Okay.
And the third, Nick?
There is no third.
Did you say 3 bodies?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There are 2 bodies. But Menger would have told you
We
that
caught a mistake. That means we get 1 free successful move, right?
True.
Maybe we'll see.
Wheeling and dealing. All right.
Menger says third one left several days ago.
Where'd they
What
go?
direction?
To talk to Red Eye, make deal, play game.
Okay.
I see.
Oh, Big Jeezy himself. We gotta go and talk to this big spooky guy. and
I
see
go to
what's up with
inspect
these boys.
the dead bodies more closely.
As
I
you
yank him back! No, he doesn't!
as you approach,
dare he.
a large shield just flies across the room and hits the stone wall, and just clatters to the ground, and then begins to like slide along the floor like really angrily and violently, like it like sudden scrapes. Move stop.
Basil.
Move stop.
Basil.
Flies across the room. Bang.
I
falls to
have
the
been
ground.
trained for one thing my entire life, and that is to talk and yell at a ghost until it leaves us alone. Please, Give me this opportunity to make my ancestors proud.
You have the
Do
floor.
we know it's a ghost? Are we
No, we
sure it's a
don't.
ghost? All right, get in there.
I assume it's a ghost. Nick.
Go, make them mad. I believe in
want
you.
to cast a spell.
Yes. What would you like
I
to
wanna-
cast?
I want to cast Contact Spirits
Oh shit. Nice.
and quite literally get this thing to talk to us if it's a ghost.
Okay. Go ahead and roll cast a spell, and then link me the spell, please.
All right, guys, here we go. Oh, it's okay. All right,
It's an
okay.
8.
All right.
Partial
Sounds
success.
Success.
And then I go into sub and click cast a spell.
Oh boy, it's gonna be rough being a wizard with 0 intelligence.
It sure is.
Okay. All right. Name the spirit you wish to contact or leave it to the GM. You pull that creature through the plains just close enough to speak to you. It is bound to answer any one question you ask to the best of its ability. I'm gonna pull some GM moves and say, like, if the spirit is amenable, they can answer more questions. But if the spirit is not amenable and friendly, you will be limited to one question. Or however many the spell says, if depending on.
Yeah,
I guess the spell is always just you get one question, but you also need to choose one of these consequences.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the first one. You draw unwelcome attention.
You draw unwelcome attention or put yourself in a spot. Okay, tell me what this looks like.
So I'm going to casually, as if I belong here, right? I walk into the room, at least a little bit. I try to dodge a shield, which probably clips me in the ankle as it slides towards me or something. Curse in anger, mutter to myself, I didn't mean that. And then call out, "Oh, spirit!" And as my sword begins to glow with fey light, I point into wherever, like a Ouija board almost. You know how it just sort of moves on its own? The sword begins to move towards wherever a spirit may be. And I call out to it and be like, "Hey, we need to chat. Let's have a talk. Let's calm down."
Okay. You see the sword kind of flies out and approaches the shield, which is again moving around, kind of like stuttering, flying, stopping movement, and suddenly like begins moving again. And the sword kind of I have a decision to make here.
Is it a magic shield or is it a actual ghost, boys? Do ghosts exist? We're gonna find out.
I think your sword like approaches a point in space, and then the sword looks like it does what it does to your body when it reabsorbs, and it basically like grows out into a spectral Selkie form, and illuminates a spirit that is here. And
Start shaking visibly. Oh, this has never worked before.
And there is the ghost of a Raven sister here with she has in this form with this magic, she appears to have white pale feathers. You can see she's like semi-opaque. You can see partially through her, so she's also semi-translucent. Her eyes are just completely white, kind of the opposite of the Whiner's eyes. And she looks furious. She appears to look exactly like the Raven sister, who is lying on the ground, not in a pool of blood. And she is just like screaming and picking up this shield and just throwing it around the room, like stamping on it with her talon and shoving it around and kicking it.
Okay.
No!
Can I get to ask it a question?
No!
Or
Ugh! Poor Eka!
No.
Poor Eka! I can't believe I failed her! And she lets out a piercing cry, like a screech.
okay.
So can I want to I want to try and talk to this specter if I can.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I know that you're sad, that you feel that you failed your mission, but I can promise you that I will carry your soul stone with me until we find Raven ourselves, and you will achieve peace. But can you tell us what happened? We need to know.
I don't deserve peace.
Yes, you do. Everybody deserves peace.
I understand the feeling. I sympathize with that quite greatly.
Tell us what happened, please.
She died. Eka here, and she's looking at the corpse lying in a pool of dried blood. And she says, I recruited young Eka here to our sisterhood, and I couldn't protect her. To a plant.
Yeah.
Are
That
you
one got us
seeking
too.
revenge?
We destroyed it. It's dead. I'm sorry that happened to you.
We have given
To
you the
her.
vengeance that you seek.
Vengeance
at
to a
war.
plant. I thought I accepted long ago that I may die to the Rust brothers, but to die to a strangling vine.
There are worse things in this world than men who have a bloated sense of self-importance and ego to a false god. There are demons and monsters dying at the hand of some evil that you can't comprehend is not a sin, and it's not your fault. Like you had no control over this. I'm sorry that it happened to you, but it is dead now.
What if she... Well, what killed you, lady? That's my question, Nick. What killed her?
Hmm.
I compel her to answer.
Yes. Um. She she says a terrible deed, dark magic, an attempt to save my sister, gone wrong.
Oh.
And she points like a bloody talon to another kind of area in this back room, and laying off to the side in another room slightly further back that you didn't see is the body of what you presume is a demon. It's misfigured, doesn't look like any creature you've seen. She said, I attempted dark magic to save my sister after Alelo did not return. She was dying. She had moments left, and I couldn't bear to lose her. So I tried to save her, but dark magic has a habit of going wrong. It's so fickle. And instead I called a demon into this world. And
it killed you?
we killed each other. The least I could do to clean up my own mess.
Good job.
And you can see in her spirit form, she has like what looks like a stab through her gut, and her corpse on the ground has both hands over that area of her body. But there is no blood.
Is she beginning to like fade away as she gets all this anger off her chest? Or is it like still pretty solidified here?
She, like, as she recalls this, she goes into like a wave of just deep sadness. But in between your questions, she like just like rises that anger back up and begins to like just like huff. And I don't know like what crows do when they're angry, but she's just kind of like moving really fast, like almost like pecking, and like she's hitting the shield. And yeah. What else?
How can we help you?
I don't deserve your help.
Yeah, but you're gonna get it. You deserve that much.
What would bring you peace?
Do you have a spell for that?
Do I have a spell for what would bring her peace?
No,
I
like
have a spell called telepathy, which would let me read her mind if I can touch her.
she does not have a
But
mind or a body.
well, then
I mean,
she's
that
not
like
really real then, huh?
the spell you are already doing is kind of the equivalent of that
Yeah,
for dead
I
people.
know.
So, I'm just curious
Right.
if clerics have any, speak with dead. You probably get something later. Um,
I mean, I have a spell called Sanctuary, which creates an area of consecrated peace, but it doesn't mechanically do anything for dead spirits.
consecrated peace.
I also don't have that prepared. So,
Ah, okay. Um, she says, "I do not know what happened to Alelo. He left to speak to the one the whiners speak of."
This red eye.
That is what they call it.
I
And
imagine it's another type of demon.
perhaps there are many types of demons, some intelligible and social, others like this, just a beast. I do not understand. I never will.
Well, whether you feel that you deserve peace or absolution or not, that doesn't stop the fact that we're going to try and give it to you. And I will take your soulstone with me. I have a mission of my own, and you will see Raven, and you will be with Raven in the end. And I know that you feel like you've done something wrong by summoning this demon, but you did it with good intent, and I think intent really matters. I think Raven will see that.
Get you and I, Shannon, have not talked about soulstones and what they mean or what they do, and that is fine. We can figure this out as we play. But I
Oh,
am
I thought
going
we
to
did.
need a parlay from you.
Okay. We'll see. Probably not good. Because I am not charismatic.
That is a 7. They ask you for something and do it if you make them a promise. Um,
Hmm.
What's your trust?
They will say, very well, but no. Ooh, oh God, they know something you don't. Hang on.
What don't we know? No.
You may take my stone, but I need you to take, oh my gosh, I lost the name of my other Raven sister here. I need you to
Okay.
take Ekka's stone as well.
Yeah.
Return her to our beloved Raven. For what good it'll do.
Okay.
And if you can, find Alelo.
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 Thank you for spelling that out for us. It'll make our search much easier. I tell the ghost as she fades away, right?
Yeah, I don't know, like, do all Selkies carry a stone on them?
Yeah, so that was one of the things that was like a driving mission for her. That was part of the reason why she wanted to find the Raven sisters initially, is because she has her brother's soulstone.
Mhm.
And he met his end uh because of her, because of something that she did. So she feels responsible for his death, and in a way she is. Not by her hand, but it might as well have been. So she carries her soulstone to ensure that he will meet Raven in the afterlife, that he will attain peace. And like the soul stones are, you know how ravens and magpies and crows are attracted to like shiny objects, right? Well,
Yeah.
it's a stone that is literally within them that is like made of like this. It's a shining stone and it holds their spirit inside
Ooh,
of it.
okay.
So that's, it's to attract Raven, their god, so that he'll come and collect their souls at their end.
Oh,
Okay. Uh, so how does one extract such a stone? Does it just like do you have
It's
to
cut
like
out.
oh,
You
okay.
extract it, you cut it out, take a talon, cut
Y-
them open, grab
Okay.
it.
Yeah. You do. And I think that while like cutting someone who's died open is normally seen as like really grotesque,
barbaric.
yeah, I think that there is a sort of ritualistic like practice and way of doing this that if this was a TV show, I think the camera would really frame as reverent.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
Um,
a holy autopsy.
yeah,
kind of. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So,
so with her brother's stone, her brother's stone, she sewed it inside of her. Like she put it inside of her own body
oh,
with her own stone.
oh,
So that's how she carries it with her. But these two, obviously, she doesn't have the opportunity to do that. So she needs to like have like a place to keep it safe.
hmm yeah. Go ahead and add for now Eka um, and Mushla Mushla's Soulstone. Now I'm
Roll
typing
Mufa.
their names in our Roll20 chat here.
So these two, while she's doing that, don't possibly happen to have a magical cure-all for our people's sickness, right?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Uh,
Just thought I'd ask. Just
Does
throw it out there.
does Mushla's shield need a new home?
there is a shield. You can take it if you want.
Well, I'm gonna snag it. Keep it moving through battles to honor Mushla's sacrifice.
Is that how do you feel about that cacophony?
Well, she's not using it anymore. I don't think that um, ravens. While we like the dead and we're reverent of the dead and we eat the dead, once they're gone, their material things are, I would say, up for grabs. She's not using that shield. I don't think that she would oppose you finding use of it because I can't carry it, so
Yeah.
someone should.
Okay.
I do think a lot of ritual around burial of keeping things in the afterlife is kind of silly. Part of my dislike of religious practice in general. So
mm,
Basil does not feel any hesitation in grabbing the shield. He's used to whatever you've left behind is for the people afterwards. So
Yeah, this
Okay.
beautiful shining shield isn't doing anybody any good underground where the sun can't see it. So
Okay.
and it's definitely too heavy for Manger to lift. So
Oh yeah. I mean shields are weight 2. Um
oh,
yeah.
do I even have room for it?
You do. I just added it to your sheet. You
Oh,
have
thank you.
1 load left.
Nice. It's a good thing you lost those arrows from the plant.
No, didn't I recollect them?
I don't think
I
so.
think I broke
You
one
had
as part of a
you had
move.
3 bundles and Nick broke one because you rolled good.
yeah,
Oh,
I could just straight up
Oh,
destroy
I
okay.
one.
will I will watch as Cacophony removes these soul stones with intent interest.
I go fix the door that I broke. We're
And
done
then
here.
I will ask her, this seems very important for Selkies when they pass on. What do you do with the rest of their remains? How can we honor them?
um, let them be with the rest of the dead. Let them be out amongst the dead where other creatures can, feast on their flesh and to become a part of the earth again. Like crows aren't we're not shy of death, and we eat dead things, and we're a part of the natural cycle. I think it's important that we take them outside where the scavengers can have at them. That's how best we can honor them. To be
And
buried in a
quiet.
mausoleum under the ground where they can't be reabsorbed into the earth is horrible.
Perhaps by drawing more vermin here, Manger and his kin can eat. It's a beautiful circle of life, isn't it?
If you will allow me, I will carry the bodies of the Raven sisters out of the mausoleum and lay them upon the bottom of the hill.
That would be wonderful, and I will help you, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I affix the shield to the side of Chives and tell him that a noble bird used this to destroy a demon. And hopefully it fares you better against snatching vines and all future enemies as well.
One of the whiners notes, "You make animal carry your things, not eat."
This
And-
animal is not carrying my shield. He's wearing it to protect himself. He's one of us.
And he just
shake my
stares
head.
at you blankly.
Manger, come help me put your door back on its hinge.
It's like when a child tries to help like their parent lift something really
Yeah.
heavy.
I'm surprised I was even able to get it down.
He's just like pushing as you just like strong arm the whole door. Set it back.
I lift it from behind on our end with Manger from behind him and say, "Good job, Manger. Look at you lifting this door."
You're so strong,
You're
Manger.
so strong.
He like smiles and gives you a thumbs up, and his teeth are just like rotted and gross.
Yeah,
Ugh.
this little pygmy corpse boy.
Aw.
All right.
So
we
before
leave
we
them in
leave,
peace.
though, I'm gonna take a feather out of each of their cloaks, their wings, and then I'm gonna like affix it to my cloak, my wings.
Okay.
And they weren't carrying anything on them, correct?
The Raven sisters?
Yeah. Cacophony wants to steal stuff, right?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, they're not using it anymore. We've already determined that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stealing from the dead. Easy peasy.
Yeah, so there are a lot of bandages that have been used. All of their rations have been eaten.
Okay. What about their money?
Let me look at Cacophony. So they have, let's say 20 coin.
Nice.
And they have... Oh my god, Cacophony, how do you have 18 load out of 9?
I don't know.
I wonder if she put rations under quantity.
Did I?
Yeah.
That probably would be how she got up there so fast.
Okay, so I see. So why don't you put the number of ration, like individual rations you have in the details, but
Got it.
a quantity of dungeon rations has 5 uses. So you would have, if you have 8, you have 2 uses or 2 quantity. But one of your quantity is at 3 out of 5.
Okay.
There is also, let's just say, some adventuring gear. Do you want to take some adventuring geared Cacophony? Or I think some of your fellow companions have some of that on their sheets as well. Up to you.
I would like to take it if possible.
Yeah, help. Is there enough for both of us to split or whatever? Or
It's better
Is
if you
it
just
one or
keep
the other?
all the weight on one person. So like you're holding all the money, and I'll just like keep the. Look, I'm gonna have to drop a club for this, but I think the adventuring gear is worth
Me-
it.
How many uses of adventuring gear are there? Because I'm carrying adventuring gear right now. I have 3 out of 5 uses left.
True.
Let me roll.
and I have 3 load left available.
Okay.
Carry stuff.
There are 4. I rolled really well. I rolled a 4 out on D4.
All right. Why don't I take them all since I can hold them? That way you don't have to drop
Okay.
anything.
Cool.
All right. I have 7, which is then 2 quantity, which means my load is now
Acting.
9.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. You took the coin, Cacophony?
Yeah, I got it. So, you said there was like 20 coin on them?
Yes, 20 coin.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Excellent.
All right. So I think now is a good time to take our break before you all head out to do something else. So why don't we take a pause here, and we will be back in just a few minutes.
Awesome.
All right. See you on the other side of our break. Welcome back to Fable Table, Song of the Ravenlands. So you all have got some information from the Loud Spook, the ghost of one of the Raven sisters,
Of Mushla.
of
Oh
Mushla.
shit.
And she
Andy.
has she and the Whiners have directed you where the third of the Raven sisters of this group, Alelo, has gone up the hill, or did several days ago, to meet with someone or something called Red Eye, who likes to make deals and play games.
Andy, check your DMs.
Oh dear.
We hear everything.
Oh. Anyway, while Andy works on his noise suppression or something in his settings, anything else before you all head up the hill into the blue, earthy, musty, spory haze?
Don't believe
Probably
so.
bandanas or something to get spores out of our mouth and nostrils, if possible.
Okay,
I'd rather not choke on a fungal cloud.
awesome.
Just wrap some pantyhose around your head, you'll be fine.
True.
No KN95 masks over here.
Mhm.
I will need someone to spend a dungeon ration to create masks or provide masks.
Or adventuring gear.
Is that, sorry, what did I say?
The dungeon
Rations?
ration.
Yep, adventuring gear is what I definitely meant to
Cool.
say.
I will spend that, and we will create masks to protect our mouths and
Okay.
nose.
Do you also make one for Chives?
I mean, of course.
Excellent. He's not happy about it, but... Or I don't know, Andy, you tell me.
And I'll give it to Basil. Let him take care of that.
I'm like afraid to speak. I don't know what's happening to my microphone. Why it's picking up everything all of a sudden.
It's a bit better
I
now.
don't know.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
It should be fine.
Okay.
You're good.
Maybe it was auto adjusting or something.
Is it better now than it was before?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just hearing like taps and clatters on your desk, but I'm not hearing anything right
It's
now.
no big deal. We're good.
I definitely make a mask for Chives as well.
Fantastic. Okay. So, you all begin hiking up the hill. Along the way, you begin to notice some extremely weird and concerning things. And this is going to require a change of music here. We've got to get ourselves into a weird mindset. You move through the spory fog, which gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And as you get about halfway up the hill, you begin to notice some very strange things happening. So there are some leaves have fallen off the trees. And as you get about halfway up the hill, you notice that the leaves are starting to look a little strange. Some of the leaves appear to be bleeding, as it, like, in the sense that the color and shape has begun to just bleed. It's almost as though the leaf is instead like a watercolor, like watercolor paint that has kind of splotched onto the ground. It's very unnatural. Like the leaf fell and lost its like structural integrity and just kind of like liquefied. As you get even further up the hill, you notice that trees appear to just not have bark on them every now and then. There's just a tree with no bark on it. It's just exposed wood, and has like the texture of like shredded chicken. Like the bark has just been ripped entirely off of the tree, and it is bare, but still structurally intact. And at one point, one of you sees what looks like an elk running through the forest, or galloping. However, imagine like the elk head and neck and its like its chest and front legs. There is nothing behind that. It is an elk with 2 legs. Its torso, its back legs, its butt, its tail, gone.
Well, I don't care for that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like, reality is weird up here. Is I guess how I will describe that. And yeah, it's becoming harder to see stuff, because the fog is getting denser and denser.
As we walk along, I'll point to the 2-legged deer and be like, remember when the whiner said that he makes deals? Don't make that deal.
I don't even see
That
what
guy
you're
got
talking about. I'm confused and blind. Everything makes sense to Wick right now.
Okay. All right. So, you all arrive at the top of the hill, and the spory fog appears to clear up a bit here at the top of the hill, and the sight before you is perhaps even more unsettling. I'm going to change us to a new map.
What
Uh,
in the goddamn is this?
Okay. So, you arrive at a clearing at the top of the hill, and I'm going to need to copy and paste your characters over here really quick. 1 second. Forgot to do that. Bunk. All right. So there is a clearing here at the top of the hill where there are quite a few just massive, massive blue mushrooms. And there appears to be spores just lifting off of them up into the air, floating over the rest of the hill. There is also a table with quite a few demons sitting at it, playing what appears to be card and dice games. And hovering above them is a, like, 20-foot tall creature, we'll say. Let me describe this demon here that we can see in this giant big box here. I'm going to zoom in on this creature here, who appears to have one giant red eye. They're about 20 feet tall, thin and lanky torso and arms, a long neck and head, with no facial features except a single deep-set crimson eye. Their physical body, like, it looks like it's ink that's just flowing and moving around them, like black ink with the occasional like white bit that just kind of flows through, which kind of like lets you have some like like you can see some definition of the white and see their body, and the ink just kind of like flows off of them and swirls around them, swirling down to the bottom where they have like an abdomen but nothing beneath that. They're just floating like an elemental almost. The ink kind of flows up and off of their shoulders and head. It swirls around them and floats down to the bottom where it begins again in kind of this upward moving vortex of inky body. Yeah, This is a very strange looking demon. You've never seen anything like it before, but that is kind of the norm with demons. They all look different and it's weird. Most of these other demons look like they've either been like bound to animals or they have managed to retain like their original bodies from whatever world they come from. But here at the top of this hill, they are thank you, whoever is writing Fable on our table here. They are just enjoying some games. They appear to have like some sort of beverage in cups. They are like talking and laughing. And this large kind of spectral demon is just hovering over them, watching. And over to the right, kind of lingering in the background, is a Raven sister. This is Alelo. And a kind of like soothing but echoing ethereal voice calls out, "Ah, it looks like we have some guests. Welcome." The red eye stares at all of you. And the chittering demons kind of all stop and turn and look at you all, as strangely as I'm sure you all are staring at them. "Make room for our guests, please, please." And a long sweeping arm slowly gestures at the demons, and a couple of them, like, back up. And make room at a table.
Are we going to this table?
Thank you
Wick
for
immediately
making.
walks up.
Yeah, thank you for making room for us in your space here. We're honored to be your guest.
Of course, of course. Welcome to Hattie's Hill. Their long arm gestures to themselves. "I am Hadrazilla Mink Wild Eye, but you may call me Hattie."
Aren't you just the most friendliest red-eyed person I've ever met?
"I'm sure I am. Thank you. Your kind words honor me. And what may we call each of you?"
I am welcome.
"Welcome, welcome."
I am the Inquisitor.
I will type Hattie's name in the chat here so that you all know.
Did I spell it right?
It was pretty close.
We got a demonologist amongst us.
I was exactly right.
No,
one letter off.
Hadrazilla. Oh my gosh.
One letter off. Pretty close.
So good at spelling demons. I'm Basil, and my friend over there is Chives. He's also deeply honored. If he was to snack on some of the grass in your clearing here, would that offend you?
Absolutely not. My grass is his grass. We invite hospitality and respect here at this fine establishment.
You're most kind. Thank you. Chives does not actually eat any of the grass. He just moves around slowly, edging his way towards Alelo, looking like he's grazing.
I mean, he's still wearing the mask, right? Does he like go to eat grass and then just fail?
Yeah. Like one of those birds that just swings back and forth and dips his face in the water. He just goes down to the grass and kind of like looks it's a very convincing act, you know.
The real question is, how long until he just eats the mask?
So, what are you guys playing? Where are you trading?
You have caught on quite quickly. Perhaps you've heard of us.
Nope.
Well, we are playing games of chance with whatever you'd like to put up at stake. We are happy to provide opportunities for you to gamble and fulfill your wishes.
I am a gambler. Wick just mutters to himself.
You got issues, man.
Please, let us finish up the current round, and we may deal in our friends. And all of the other demons are just like eyeing you all with like deep suspicion and like it's very tense between the small demons, like all of the other demons except Hattie and you all. They're like poised, almost like ready to react should you all pull anything. And they look
I
very.
imagine
Oh, go ahead.
we all feel the same. I was gonna say, I imagine like we all feel the same, and like we're all like equally tense and staring back at them. So
Yeah. Meanwhile, over here on the side, Alelo is just standing there, staring straight ahead. Has not reacted in any way.
What's the deal with that guy? I say, pointing a sudden finger at the other demons. Just pointing over them all to see what happens.
Yes, Alelo, what's the deal with you? And Hattie snaps her finger, but it's not a snap in the traditional sense. There is just like a crack, like thunder, a thunder crack. And she's like, "How rude of my what would she call Alelo? Of my assistant. Alelo, please serve them some beverages and offer them some food." And Alelo like walks over to like some other tables that are here behind trees and just grabs some like cups and a pitcher and like walks over and sets them in front of you all at the table. And walks back over, grabs a platter of food, brings it over.
What does the food and drink at this demon table look like?
That's a great question. It looks inedible.
Just the back half of a deer carcass or something. Or is that walking around here?
I think some of it looks very alien to you, like you have no idea what it is. Like if a pine cone was a full-bodied fruit. If a tomato just had like a bunch of yellow spikes sticking out of it. And there's what appeared like we would probably recognize it as something that looked like sushi, but it's also got like tiny little green balls in it, and you have no idea what that is. Could be meat. Who knows? Could be a gelatin.
Wow. What a lovely spread. You're most generous. I say with absolutely no convincing energy at all.
When Ale Leolo or whatever's just butcher his name.
Alelo.
Yeah, I'm memeing. I wanna just touch his hand. I need to touch his hand, Nick, so I can cast a spell. I want to see what's going on in that brain of his.
Ooh, you're gonna cast another spell.
Yes, unless it's clearly obvious that I'm casting a spell. From what I see, this is not an obvious thing. I just need to touch him. See, give him a little tap.
Does all of your magic kind of involve your like spike, your sword, in a way? Or
it'd be a little awkward if I need to stab a man to speak with his brain.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, for this, is there like a little needle prick that comes out of your body as you connect with them?
Oh, for sure, I guess. Out of my fingernail, I just scrape his hand a little.
Okay.
Break
Roll.
the first layer of skin.
Roll cast a spell for me.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We're gonna forget this one.
Okay.
But I just wanna talk with his mind.
Okay.
Probably confirm that there's nothing going on there.
You form a telepathic bond with a single person you touch, enabling you to converse with that person through your thoughts. You can only have one telepathic bond at a time. The way this is worded, it sounds like you need to touch them at some point, but that bond continues.
Yeah.
After you have stopped touching them.
Mm-hmm.
So you touch Alelo, and Alelo does not react. Continues setting down the food, which I imagine is the opportunity you use to connect with them, and they walk back over to their original position and resume just staring straight ahead. But meanwhile, you are able to connect with Alelo's mind and consciousness, and
mentally.
And there is just insert internal screaming here.
Okay.
Alelo is like, please, please, save me! Stop this!
Okay.
Oh, if only
Okay.
they could hear me!
I guess Wick winces for like a quarter second as he like sniffs the drink and just internalizes the man yelling into his mind. And I want to message him and be like, "Hey, yo, calm the fuck down, bud. I'm in your mind.
You,
I'm in
the strange-looking
your
one.
mind."
Is that you? When you touched me there.
Oh my.
Oh my, thank Raven. Oh my god, you must
Thank
get me out of
Raven.
here.
Thank me. Yeah, how do I do that, Chief? What'd you do? How'd you fuck up?
This demon, Hattie, she has the ability to, she has strange magic. It can create a contract. She makes bets. And if you lose, she forces you to do what you agreed to.
And you chose to be a servant?
Yes, it was the only thing I could convince her to stake as her bet against mine, to save
was
my
your bet?
sisters.
Your sisters are dead.
Sisters are gone. Yeah.
Alelo goes quiet in her mind.
This was all for naught. You've doomed yourself like a fool.
Oh, fuck.
Regret all of your decisions as I try to save your life. You will assist me in whatever way you can.
I'm sorry, but you've brought me the gravest news.
I don't care. You can look at this guy's hand. You will tell me what cards he's holding. And I'm gonna win this game, brother! I gotta cheat!
Meanwhile, while you're having this conversation, Hattie is just
yeah.
welcome to my gambling den. A home for demons and kin of the Ravenlands alike. A sanctuary for those who wish to enjoy themselves and entertainment through gambling and games. And she explains to you that you may stake whatever you want so long as you and Hattie and the others can arrive at an agreement of equal stakes. And, partake in some sort of dice or card game. The demons, kind of very sheepishly, wrap up the game they're playing. You can see them kind of demonstrate what it is they're doing. Kind of get a sense of, the rules in play. And then Hattie invites you all. Well, did you come here simply to rest, or would you like to partake?
Yeah. All right. Tell what you said. We kind of hand waved not the mechanics, but what exactly they're doing here. Are they literally just playing cards, or are they throwing dice, or are they playing Stratego? What's going on?
Yeah, I would be staring at the game, trying to pick it up as quickly as I can to see if I can get an edge.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's some sort of dice game. I mean, I didn't come up with rules for a dice game because I don't want us to actually play a dice game.
Yeah.
I actually wrote a move for gambling, so we'll just use that. What's
that move? What's that move based off of, Nick? You give us a little tip here.
Here,
Please.
Any
I'll
spear
just
behind it?
click gamble. When you press your luck and gamble, roll plus nothing, -1 per opponent participating with their own bet. Before you roll, you may make an argument for using a certain skill if you like. If the GM agrees, roll plus the relevant stat. As we can see here, on a 6-, you fucked up good. The GM will tell you how and what happens next.
Okay.
On a 7 to 9,
That's awesome.
you come out ahead, but at a cost. Win some coin. In this case, coin is going to be, very, very broad because we're not necessarily betting with coin. But choose 2 from a list. I didn't copy paste the list. Let me. Here we go. The High Rollers have taken an interest in you and invite you to play a far more dangerous game. The game was rigged, someone let you win for their own nefarious reasons. You attract the attention of whoever is running the game, and they don't think it's luck or skill that allowed you to win. Or someone was trying to get one over on everyone. Part of what is bet is counterfeit, spend at your own risk, or use at your own risk. And then on a 10 plus, it's a jackpot. You win the game, collect your outcome as agreed upon, and choose one from the list. So,
who's feeling lucky, guys?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I'll be gambling something, but by all
what
means,
are we...
go ahead first, Shannon.
Give us your coin.
So the way this will
Let us
work
take the risk. Give us
is
your coin.
the more you all stake, like each of you can participate in a game, and each of you must stake something of relatively equal value to that of the other people participating, the other demons participating. For each one of you that participates and places a stake, you get +1 to the roll, because presumably if you win, you can redistribute whatever was bet back to each of you. But if the demons win, for however many demons participate, I will subtract 1. But that just means there's potentially greater stuff you could win.
I look at Basil. He's right next to me. I turn. I cover my mouth because my mouth isn't a mask, so it's already covered. And I whisper into Basil's ear. How connected are you to Chives? Out of curiosity, do you want to save a life here? We may need some equal stake, brother.
We're not gambling, Chives.
Are you willing to bet your own life?
Even if we wanted to, he wouldn't submit to that. Am I willing to bet my own life?
Yeah, are you willing to do that? You want to save a guy? You want to save a man?
Who am I saving?
What do you mean? Look at the Raven guy.
Is the Raven a sister? Is it
My motive,
Yes, Alelo is a Raven sister. Alelo, after they collect themselves after hearing that their sisters have died, manages to share that they made a bet. They asked Hattie to offer to save her sisters and heal their wounds, which apparently she is capable of doing. But what Alelo staked on the bet was that she would act in service to Hattie if she lost, which she did. She lost. She said, I thought that it would be easy considering the whiners also made a bet with Hattie, and they won.
I remember that my commitment, Wick, is
literally
is not to the town. It's not to your quest. It's just keeping you guys safe out of respect to your family's patriarch. So
I thought you were all about removing bondage.
Yeah, Basil, what's your alignment?
Oh, I will bet comparable wealth to the value of Alelo's servitude, their indenture, but I'm not about to bet my own life against Alelo's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Hattie, I get what you're putting down. I like it. I enjoy it. I'm gonna be pretty blunt here. I'm a straight shooter, Hattie.
As am I.
I know what the
that
value.
Guy over there?
Alelo?
Sure. I don't know his name.
Rude.
His group, his buddies,
Her.
they owe me money. Hey, she
Raven sister.
Her group. Not only do they owe me money, but they owe a town money. I respect what you're doing here, but I gotta name a price. What's the price for this person?
I am willing to stake their servitude as a bet. What do you present as yours?
Cacophony, you're holding all of our money. How much do you want to save your friend?
I've got 30 coin.
What about 2 soul stones for the Raven people? You want
You are
those?
not gambling
Her
those.
eye gets bigger. A
You
what
want one
now?
of those?
You are not gambling those. I will put you up to bet before I'll ever put
You're
those
not at the
in your
table,
hands.
sister.
Is she not at the table? Oh, she's not at the
No,
table.
she's not at the table.
Cacophony, you are more than welcome to shove your way up to the front of the table.
And that's what I'm gonna do.
You want to save
You
your
better.
friend's cacophony? I ask. Muttered.
Yeah. Of
You
course
got any
I will.
better ideas?
I have 30 coin. We have other things to barter. Ass.
Hattie, what's the cost of
Of a
Alelo's
slave?
indenture to you?
Yeah.
I have no interest in coin. I am curious about some of the other possessions or services you may offer.
Cacophony, do you come close to me?
These soul stones sound interesting. And
I
her
need that
eye
spike now.
flashes bright for a second. And it appears there are some things of keen interest that each of you possess. She points at you, Merrick. An interesting book you have. And you, she points at Cacophony. Some strange metal in your possession.
There we go.
There in your bag. And you, and her finger lingers on Wick.
Aha.
You are very, very interesting. What
That's what
are
my mom
you?
told me. I don't know. What are you gonna bet on? If you win, I'll tell you, but if I win, I'll keep this piece of shit. I just point to Alexa.
I would be very interested in studying you, and her inky hands rub together, except it's like an inky texture, so they're kind of melding together and then pulling apart.
Well, that's a little intimidating. I don't appreciate being scared.
I need to look at your sheet, Andy, because I have no idea if you have anything of interest.
He's got chives. He has
She-
the smartest
she
goat
can-
in the world.
She can get a goat, man. She doesn't need a fucking
but
goat.
not that goat.
That's
That
He
true.
goat
is an
has meaning.
ibex.
True.
How about secrets?
Information
Mm.
on what topic?
Oh, we lost Andy.
No!
Andy's gone!
All right.
We'll do anything to protect chives.
Let me...
Including leaving the game before he can.
He's
I don't
back.
even know what that
Hey, Andy.
black iron rod
Let
does.
me...
Hey, there he is.
Oh,
Okay, he's here.
Hey.
Sorry, my internet crapped out.
no worries.
It happens to us. It sucks.
Last I heard something was Hattie's pointing to Wick and said, "You were very, 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 very interesting," and then everything froze.
Yes, she wants to study Wick,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the fuck that means. And she looks
Do
at
it.
you and looks
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Chives and says, "And anything else you may offer."
Hattie, what do you think of that? And I point at Chives, though what I intend in my heart of hearts and in my mind is the shield that Chives is wearing. But I don't clarify that. Just say.
She studies
Think of
it.
that.
She says, "It is well made, but otherwise
Oh,
not of interest to me."
No trick came through there of pointing at Chives, but intending the shield.
No. She is very observant. Very perceptive.
Got one eye though, so she can't look in 2 directions at once.
Good
I like
plan.
our odds no matter what we
Hmm.
bet.
Yep.
Because at
I
least
will
we have
offer-
this guy who can maybe negate a roll, which is what I'm hoping.
I will offer to trade a secret for a secret.
What kind of secret?
A secret of value.
You'll need to give me more
Ooh.
so that I may know what it is, what information I am obtaining.
An
Is
issue
it
of a secret of value to the Rust Brothers.
what about the Rust Brothers do you know?
A lot.
Enough. To give more information would give away my secret. And that would be what would be the purpose of the game?
It feels as though you are toying with me, trying to goad me into a bet of little value.
If that's not valuable enough for you, then perhaps we should bet something else.
Perhaps you should find something else of value to offer me.
Hey, don't bite.
Oh.
That's a kitty tail.
She's
And a kitty butthole.
oh sorry about that.
This premium Twitch content.
Yep.
was brought to you.
Merrick
today.
will reach into his bag and pull Gorthank's diary out and drop it on the table. You ask for something of value? This. Knowledge.
Yes.
With
Yes.
gasps
Knowledge
aloud, having never seen this book before.
Mm.
You say this book contains knowledge?
Yes.
Very well. I will accept this as a bet. Anyone
There's a
else?
disembodied voice.
Would anyone else like to participate in a bet over Alelo's servitude and this book?
I stare at Cacophony. No, I have literally nothing to bet as an item.
I can offer you a lovely poison throwing dagger.
One of the demons just like grabs some of the spikes on his back and just pulls them out and goes, I can make those.
Not like these, you can't. They're made of a very rare metal.
Join the table, brother. Come on in here.
Hattie looks at the daggers. Are they?
Yes,
Are you lying to them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They do not appear to be of significant metallurgical value to me. I do not accept this as a bet.
You got that spike on you yet?
I do, but I don't even know what it does.
Can you give me the spike?
Yes.
All right.
As Wick and Cacophony are debating,
Give
I
me
will
the
ask.
spike.
I will ask Hattie, what value does Alelo here, as a servant, give you? Why would you even hold that person? Seems beneath you in this grand game that we have.
Alelo's servitude represents more than just hospitality, not having to lift my own fingers to serve my guests. She is a symbol of power, of authority, of what it is people are dealing with here, of honesty, of the extent of my strength and gift.
Fuck, we should have brought Carnal.
That would have been the
This would have been such an easy
God.
fucking trade.
Why did
I
no
wouldn't even need to
kidding?
gamble
Oh
then.
my god.
I didn't even
Out of
think I'd miss
curiosity.
that dummy until just now. How far away are we from freaking Gelderhall? Can we just go rope him up?
Like 3-ish days.
In 3 days through a dangerous forest.
Give us a week to pay if we
Give us
fail.
a week. Yeah, give us a week. We're there.
All right.
We get
No,
the guy.
we don't
come
trade
back.
lives.
You may
Besides,
return
we trade
anytime
power.
you wish.
Yeah, that's kind of pressing. How about the spike? You want some magic that may or may not be related to the Big D himself? Or herself? I don't know.
What is this big D you speak of?
have you ever experienced the sensation known as death?
I am pleased to say I have not.
Well, this, and I stab the table with the railroad spike.
I am
Know
well
what this
aware
is?
what this does.
Well, don't we both? It says.
We were talking during the break about that move, the like Enchanter's move, Enchanter's Soul, an Enchanter where you just know what magic items do. Her eye does that. I'm just gonna be
Okay.
upfront about that. She knows what all your shit does.
Well,
Damn it.
I have intuition on my side. So, you clearly know that this is worth. Look, I don't know if you demons resurrect or. Do you mind if I call you demons? Is that like a name you prefer?
A slight.
Do you care?
This is the year 786. You can call us demons.
Perfect. Well, if you have rival demons, if you stab this in their body, whoop do you know? They're never coming back ever. Isn't that cool?
Yes, it does appear cool to the touch.
Well, is it worth a Lalo's servitude?
I would accept this as a term.
Alright, cool.
You, Selkie, you did not give your name. Is this what you barter with?
I won't be giving you my name. You may call me the Reaper.
Very well, Reaper. Would you like to gamble with the Barb?
The Barb?
She
My
stares at
iron
you.
spike?
Merrick will point at the spike on the table, the barb.
The Barb.
Barb.
What does it do?
Perhaps you'd like to place a side bet.
No, that won't be necessary.
If you win, you get to keep it no matter what. This is
Yeah,
a trade.
all right, sure. Yes. Yes, fine.
Very well.
So my spike and Merrick's journal are
Yes.
equal to the life of this Raven sister whose power you wish to possess.
Not
I
life.
thought the
Their servitude.
Their
Indenture.
servitude, which symbolizes power
Mm-hmm.
to you.
Yes.
Wasn't-
I feel like you should sweeten the pot somehow. I feel like you're getting the much better end of the deal here.
I feel like you shouldn't sweeten the pot because the more stuff we bet, the better our roll is.
Is
Oh,
that
fair.
is that what it is?
Yes.
Well, then never
This-
mind. Forget
this is
I
why we
said
keep-
anything.
This is why we keep jabbing you in the ribs to bet the spike. Hey,
All right.
Basil,
Okay.
have anything of value to offer, my friend?
I have a shield that Hattie, you yourself said was well made.
I can acquire a well-made shield anywhere. If it had other properties, I might be interested, but alas, it does not.
This was
Well,
once the
I
property
am-
of a ghost. It has
So-
spectral residue on it.
The last possession of a tortured soul, doomed to eternal anger and resentment to her failure in life.
Elevated
Yes,
to the status of folklore by Manger the Whiner, who called it the Big Spooky.
Yeah.
One of the demons steps up and slams what looks like an astrolabe onto the table and says, I stole this from a magician in a magic tower. Would this suffice?
Who the hell are you?
I am Redax.
I look at the big red eyeball. Do you like Redax?
Redax is a valued customer and patron here.
Okay.
I
Alright, I've been
accept
trying
your
to think
term,
of-
Redax, if our guests do as well.
Nope.
Shit.
He looks taken
I-
aback.
Why? Chill. Okay. So, guys, I've already lost track of the mathematics behind this, which sucks.
Okay.
Now that this stupid guy's in the way, but I wanted to tip the scales just a little bit further,
Yes.
Nick. Okay.
Okay.
Wick, He has no material wealth. He has a coffin on his back filled with literal, like, a club and a couple throwing knives, right? That's basically all he's got. This demon doesn't want healing potions. However, I'm the fighter of the world, and I can kill things really good. So, I was thinking, like, hey, you name a name, and we'll get rid of him.
That's a
Give us your friend.
dangerous bet.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to save your fucking friend.
Redax will
Oh
say,
my
I
God.
will accept this bet if you allow me to place one as well.
You think you can kill someone? You're a killer?
Oh, I thought you were offering to kill someone.
Yeah, I want service for service, no name. I want that one, okay? This is a side stop for me, okay? Stop messing with me.
Our business is with Hattie, not with you. Get out of here.
Very well, I will keep my thing. And he
Okay.
steps back.
We'll talk later, bud.
I'm gonna add a nameplate to this guy because I just named him, and he needs to show up again later because he has a name.
Fucking guy. Okay. So we're betting a book, a murder, a black spike, for a
And the
Lalo.
last possession
Uh,
of a ghost.
Hattie says, "Well, if it is solely up to me, not a murder, but a favor.
I'll do it. I like favors.
No questions asked. Well,
I
no.
don't have questions. I just do, okay?
Nope.
Why are you like this?
All right.
I can save your fucking friend.
Okay, so Merrick is betting
Lalo, you owe me.
betting the book. Wick,
Yes.
you are betting a favor, and Cacophony, you are betting the barb.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, has our ghost shield not
No,
been exalted enough
There's
to be
no
worth
way.
anything?
Nope.
Okay.
no.
That's cold. Sorry.
Ice cold.
I respect it.
Well,
Let me.
Chives comforts Alelo and then continues to make his way around the edge of the clearing.
What are you doing? I see the galaxy brain like scheme going on, but I can't piece the end together.
All right, go ahead. Feel free to move your token around. The demons will eye you like you're standing at the table and then you walk away. Like they're not gonna let you out of their sights.
Oh, I'm staying right there.
This is
Chives
Chives.
is.
Oh,
is walking.
Chives is okay.
Chives gives Alelo like a nuzzle, and then starts to move away.
Okay.
around
I
the
assume that
opposite
Chives
end of
just
the
looks
clearing.
like he's grazing, but is in fact doing some smart plays. I'll give you that. Okay, so there are three items on your side, and Hattie is betting something. A couple of the other demons will offer some stuff. Magic. I'm just gonna be like perfectly blunt. Magic items and
Hell
other
yeah.
really interesting narrative stuff. But it sounds like you all are not interested.
Well,
No,
because
this is our primary
Wait,
business.
are the demons all on one betting team against us? Can they not also bet against Hattie and bring their own bets in to add their own
yes.
mistakes?
They are their own individual, but collectively they like or mechanically represent a balance of the scales against you in terms of this roll.
Okay.
So
But we got a
Okay,
label.
got it.
like
on point.
one of that, like if you all lose the roll, I will have to roll to figure out which of them wins.
Okay.
And then they would get all of that stuff, and we will have to deal with that narratively.
Sure.
So,
Nothing says we can't place another bet here in a minute after we.
oh my
win this
God, we don't have anything else to bet with. Okay.
Well,
Hattie,
Gotta
I have a
settle
list
it.
of things Hattie's interested in. So,
Okay.
a
Cool. Let's do it.
favor with no questions asked is always an option.
I love that favor.
Okay.
What about some questions asked?
Okay.
hey, if you're gonna gamble, you gotta gamble.
So, I will need someone to roll gamble. You will have +2.
All right.
Who would like
Not
I'm feeling
Wick.
lucky.
Who would like to
Not
I'm
volunteer?
feeling lucky. I'm feeling
feel-
lucky.
I think this is John's role.
Okay. Hattie
Okay.
asks each of you, your characters, to name what it is that they are putting at stake, and as each of you do, she waves her hands together, and there are like like there are weaves of red magic like moving through the air amid the blue mist. Like the red is a high contrast to the blue. And she then like places her hands towards each of you, and there is some sort of like ring of runes around your head as you speak. She goes to each of you in a line. She says what her bet is, Alelo's servitude. There is a ring of runes around her own head. And then she enchants the dice at the table. And there are runes around each of them.
Fuck is this shit? What?
This is the
It's
way
like cheating.
my magic works. It binds each of our words and makes the dice impregnable to other magics that would alter the probability of our game.
Oh. Cool.
Fairness and honesty. This I can respect.
Okay. And then you all begin to play the game, which I'm sure is played over several rounds of the dice and etc.
Yeah.
But I need you to make the roll, John.
Okay. So it says I can choose a modifier if I describe it.
Yeah, what is there a particular, like, make an argument for a skill you're trying to use here?
Okay, I watched The Mentalist at least 3 times, okay? At least. And Patrick Jane, the protagonist, the ultra charismatic Marty Stew of the entire show, who's so smart, has sworn to me that you can fake dice rolls with a flick of the wrist. Now, Wick is a mid-century peasant Spartan boy who is rather dexterous. And he wants to try to manipulate some dice.
No.
What?
No, this isn't cheating. This
Okay.
is creative rolling.
I need
Yeah,
you
you
to, if you want to get a +1 on your roll, an additional +1, or I'm sorry, use your dexterity. I first will need you to make a defy danger dex roll.
Can we do aid or interfere? Like any of us?
Yes.
I am being aided, right?
Yes. You can use aid or interfere. Well, this is aiding your like dice moves, your fancy dice moves, which will
Okay.
increase your chances of winning if you are successful.
Can I roll as something, or does anybody else want to do it, or?
Okay, I'm also going to
I
make
don't
this.
think you can.
Let me be super clear. Hattie explains as part of the rules, if you are caught cheating or attempting to tamper, you forfeit your wager.
This isn't cheating. This is skilled rolling, Nick. Let's be real. How is it cheating? You have to roll the dice, right? It's just a technique.
Nick is just dying to kill us right
Nick
now.
is-
Look at his face. Look at him.
All right.
Look
I
at
just
him.
want to
He's
be
just
clear
creating an
about the
interesting
consequences
story,
of failed rolls.
No, you're fine. Okay, so it's +3 right now for all the bets, right?
It is, well, your bet is 0, and then your friends also betting in the pool increase it +1. So right now it's +2.
Okay. So we have Alelo backing us up. Is that a +3?
Alelo cannot bet.
She
Well,
is the.
I don't need them
she
to
is the
bet. I need
prize.
them to cheat.
They
They're literally-
cannot help you cheat.
They can't cheat. They don't
Can-
have eyes.
Can Chives and myself do an aid or interfere with Chives' perspective from the other side of the table?
This is not a secret information game.
Okay. Well,
So, but
Is
I
they-
mean, you all can play like mind games. You can distract them and throw them off their, like, if you have a way of like throwing them off their game, and like
I can give Wick a little like dexterous neck massage to help his throwing arm be a little more confident.
you
and,
got this, Wick.
Yeah, exactly. I'll
Oh
be
my
his corner
God.
guy.
please roll aid or interfere on a neck massage during a
Oh,
high
God.
stakes bet.
If you snap my neck here. Oh my God!
All right, mark
Why?
Andy, mark XP. All right, John.
Lose all our shit by trying to gain a better advantage.
John.
Well, all I screwed up was giving him a neck massage.
2d6 plus 2?
So John, you're attempting to do your like fancy dice moves. So I need a defy danger dexterity to do this subtly and not get caught.
Okay. Good luck to us, boys.
Yep.
Defy danger.
Dex.
Dex. Tamer, I pray to you.
Mm.
If I fail, I'm gonna punish the Saturday group.
I haven't seen Temur in the
Okay.
chat.
Yes. Wait,
There we
I'm
go.
on
We
the
get
Saturday
it.
Group. What
All
the hell?
right.
I know.
The
So
best roll you've ever had. Oh my god.
wow, that's great. So yeah, Wick,
Yeah,
you are
it's
on
funny,
your
is it?
game. You've played a lot of dice games apparently, or have a lot of control over the dice.
Okay.
And you're like the dice are responding to this. Like it's not like the enchantment or whatever Hattie did is impacting your ability to do this. So you now are going to roll gamble with your dexterity, which is +2. So you now have a +4 on this roll, which is
What's funny is, had we just rolled this, we'd already have won.
All right. Who am I gonna punish? Millman, you're in the chat. Here we go. 9.
Okay, partial success. So what that represents on gamble, let me
That would've been
roll
a
until I
fail.
get a partial success. There we go. You come out ahead, but at a cost. Win some coin, but choose. So win, but choose 2 from this list.
Okay.
The high rollers have taken an interest in you and invite you to play a far more dangerous game. The game was rigged. Someone let you win for their own nefarious reasons. You attract the attention of whoever is running the game, and they don't think it's luck or skill that allowed you to win.
We're not doing that one, Chief.
Or
Process of elimination.
or someone was trying to get one over on everyone. Some of the winnings are counterfeit. Spend at your own risk, and I'm gonna have to figure out what that means.
Well, clearly this game was rigged, and I think it was Redax. He was so just intimidated by how little we cared about this extraterrestrial being that he's fudging some things, and he wants us to win because fuck this guy.
Well, Hattie is the only other person playing, so she would be
Right.
the one who would let you win.
Oh.
Like,
Oh shit.
yes.
Maybe she wants to.
I know what it is.
Oh man.
Hattie let us win because she knows that Wick is a gambler.
It's true.
That Wick might come
I
back.
would play again. I would
He's
play
gonna
would
double
absolutely
down.
take
Maybe.
Don't do
Could
it.
be.
We
Hattie
could.
knows that if she really
Oh my God,
eggs
you're
Wick
right.
on, that she can get him to bet again after this is over. Maybe something. Maybe that
Don't do
favor
it.
might be hers after all.
I
Maybe
think
the favor
so.
is. Could be 2 favors. Maybe
rip,
Andy
we lose
left.
Andy again. Oh,
Hey.
he's back.
And the cam's got all mixed up.
Maybe
Oh, well.
the favor gets
He'll
even
turn on his
stronger
camera. That's fine.
at this point.
I think we will take the top 2.
The top 2.
So I don't want you as a DM to deal with the counterfeiting thing, because what does that mean when everything is clearly
Look,
on the up and up?
I found this, like, a variant on this as a homebrew, and I was prepared. So, like, whatever you choose, I am ready to do.
Boy.
I think this is a start of a beautiful relationship between me and a demon with red eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So
I think, would Wick know this? Wick has to know this, right? There's that like one point where it's like, okay, this game was rigged by Hattie. She's letting us win. Oh shit. ... Take it from there, Nick.
okay, so the first 2.
Yeah, the first 2. We're
Okay.
locking in. Oh.
So, you come out of the last round of the game. It was really fucking tight, but one of you all tell me who, one of you won. So who won? Maybe the 3 of you just roll a d6 and whoever is highest wins.
Okay.
On it.
Shannon, Brian, John.
5.
Ooh, nice.
2.
Not me.
It wasn't Shadow.
Coffinate. Roll a 6. Here it comes.
Shannon.
I'm feeling it. Yeah.
So it's
I'm already-
R
/R space
slash
1d6.
slash R. Sorry, I always forget that slash R space.
It's a
Ooh!
tie.
Roll
Are
off.
we re-rolling?
Roll off. Do it.
Give me another 5. Welcome to the 5 team. Here comes the 6, though.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Shannon!
One more, come on!
Oh,
End it,
6!
end it.
No! Roll 1! Yes!
Oh my god. Okay, I'm rolling a die on evens. John wins. John
Yes,
won.
that's a 6!
I'm sorry, Shannon. I had to end it.
Totally fine. Holy crap, that could have kept going forever.
Oh my god. We're evenly matched of just, like, at even shitter levels. We're just like...
Random bullshit.
I actually really like the idea that, like, Hattie lost really quickly, but the two of
Yeah.
you got really competitive.
No, I... like, she's... True! Oh...
That makes sense.
It does
that
make
makes
sense.
great sense.
My bond is to take her down a notch. How dare she try to win over me?
Oh my god. All right, so
My feathers have been ruffled.
Wick, you managed to quickly defeat Hattie. Merrick, I don't know if dice just aren't your game or you're just unlucky. It didn't work out well for you either.
After Hattie loses, I don't care as much at this point. If I get it out.
Yeah. But I think Cacophony and Wick's just like real competitive nature, and especially like I'm sure the table talk happening between the two of you, like really intrigued a lot of the demons, and they kind of like all start to inch up closer to the table. Like they're watching from afar, but like they're like, oh, these two got like mouth game in terms of just like how rude they are. That's fun. And they are like by the end of it, they are like please let me play with you, like, and they're like all like, oh, I'll bet this, what, but Hattie like whooshes her arms and says, congratulations. Did you give your name, John?
I am welcome.
Congratulations, welcome. Alelo is now yours, and by the rules of the game, so are the barb and the book. And she claps her hands together, and the runes around each item appear once again and suddenly just flash and are gone. And Alelo is like, oh my god, thank you so much. Oh.
And I control them now.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
Oh no.
I mean, yes. That was the bet.
Okay.
And
Alelo,
Hattie
it's
was
time
it?
to go.
Yes, sir.
We gotta bury some bodies.
Right away. Which ones? How deep?
All right, this is gonna get weird quick.
It's got
Hattie,
real dark so fast.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
this
your
is also
lovely game.
yeah. This is also touching on something that we said like we are not going to do on this
Yeah,
show.
we're not dealing with this at all.
Yeah,
No.
slavery
It's fine.
is not a thing that we are going to engage with.
Right.
So let's just say your character frees Alelo
There you
Okay.
go.
in the interest of that. Okay.
After we get outside of Hattie's eye.
Yes.
That's what matters. We
Um,
gotta keep...
yeah.
I need my reputation
So-
intact now.
The demons shushed after clamoring to get you to bet with them. Hattie says, and with that, I would invite you, please tell others of Hattie's Gambling Den, and feel free to come back anytime you like. Thank you for your participation. I believe you have acquired what you came here for.
Hattie, you're pretty cool. You get a
Thank you.
compliment for free.
Thank you.
And we leave immediately, I think.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You fucking get
Going
out.
down the hill.
All right.
Run! Run!
So, you all
Just
managed
shimmying down.
to free
Stop eating the
Alelo.
grass. Get down here.
I think we're running very, very low on time. So, I think I would like to next week RP the return, because I think there's some really interesting scenes here with like Alelo talking to Cacophony about their lost sisters and the soul stones and stuff. And there may be another encounter because you all have to journey back. But I would like to resolve XP today. Because
Okay.
you all I know have been waiting, and this has turned into a kind of a longer mission. So let's do XP stuff. Let me find the rules on XP at the end of an arc, and I'm just gonna award you all XP early. So, when you reach the end of an arc, choose one of your bonds that you feel is resolved, completely explored, no longer relevant, or otherwise. Ask the player of the character you have the bond with if they agree. If they do, mark XP and write a new bond with whomever you wish. Once bonds have been updated, look at your alignment. If you fulfilled your alignment at least once this session, mark XP. Then answer these questions as a group. So let's do this part first, and then we'll go character by character. So,
Okay.
did we learn something new and important about the world? Yes, loads. Everybody take 2 XP.
Loads.
Love it.
Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy? Several. Everyone take 1 XP.
Yeah.
Got it.
Did we loot a memorable treasure? We have looted several.
A Lalo, yeah, that's a... No.
The spike.
The spike, the
spike.
book. Very, very interesting and memorable stuff that you all have a lot to learn about. Yes, so that's 4 XP for this arc. We'll award everybody
Are you
just
counting in total?
4 total. Everybody gets 4.
Okay.
And then we'll go character by character. Okay. So, Andy, let's start with you, with Basil.
I don't believe any bonds were resolved, but we did free somebody from literal and figurative bonds.
Yes. Mark XP for your alignment.
Just 1?
Just 1. Okay. So if you don't feel like any of your bonds were resolved, that's fine. We'll move on. Merrick. Alignment. Discover a piece of knowledge from someone or something that wants to keep it hidden.
Oh, yes. Merrick has discovered that Alalo's servitude represents power. The show of honesty and straightforwardness of the bargain that is struck at Hattie's table. Something that she did not divulge immediately, but I was able to talk her into.
You talked with a god, bro. That's enough. Wouldn't that do it?
The god didn't have anything that was hidden from me, though.
I don't think Hattie was hiding anything either. I think you just asked and she answered.
I was willing to trade a secret to find out why Alalo was important to her. But she didn't take my offer on the secret either.
Right.
So if you wanted to rule that one down, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think we've touched on this alignment quite yet. How about any of your bonds?
A bond that I don't think has been resolved by me, but might have been resolved. My bond with Wick is that Wick seems down in his luck, and I need to look out for him. His luck is definitely turned up, but I don't think it was because of anything that I did. So
that's fine. Like, this is not about like you necessarily being the one responsible for changing your outlook on them.
Right.
That's fine. Like, the story can do that too. So if you want, you're welcome to like copy and paste that bond and just save it, for funsies somewhere else, just as a reminder of what your bond once was. But feel free to mark XP and write a new bond with Wick.
If Wick feels that his luck is on the upturn.
Clearly, I didn't get any experience this session except for the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job on that.
Okay.
And I will... You said you want me to copy that and
if
mark
you
it
want.
somewhere? Or...
I've seen players just save all of their bonds in like a historical document of all of their bonds, and it can be fun to look back on all of those and how they've changed. That's up to you. Okay, Wick. Defend those weaker than you.
Carnal, Alalo, I saved Mungus. What was the Manger from me.
Mungus.
If I defend someone from the threat I put them in, does that count?
What threat did you put Menger in?
Obliteration.
It's not defending them if you are also the one threatening them.
Perfect. Can I still take some for Charnel? That guy we saved, without a doubt.
Hate
yes,
that guy.
yeah. Carnal would have died from demons if you all hadn't stepped in.
True.
That's fine. So mark XP there. Any bonds?
Merrick proved himself damn near immediately by charging a giant bug monster that spat acid that I could not hit until I started eating its kids. And I could not hit it.
Okay.
So I think Merrick has truly proven himself to be able to hold his own.
Okay. Go ahead, mark XP, and then feel free to write a new bond.
I need to get one for Basil.
Don't forget you can add additional bonds. There's like a little add button right above race.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Cacophony. Shift danger or blame from yourself to someone else.
I'm trying to think of an instance when that happened. I mean, the only time that I can think of, like maybe during the first fight with the fox demon or whatever, but I don't think I used my alignment to shift the danger.
Yeah, I think you evaded danger by getting away, but I don't think you actively shifted it to anyone.
No. Mm-mm. Can I ask about that? Does it have to be someone within my party, or can it be anyone?
No, it can literally be anyone. It could have been Carnal. It could be some red shirt. I mean, you could literally at any point just ask, like, hey, Nick, are there, like, people on the street that I can, like, shove in the way or, like, hide behind? And
next time.
Like, I am happy to allow you all that creative freedom. Just, like, if it makes sense for someone or something to be in the area of, like, a fight or a scene, feel free to make that up.
Next time, for sure.
Was there someone you were ready to throw under the table or throw under the bus when you were stealing from the library in Galler Hall?
Oh, Carnal.
Probably. It was most likely going to be Carnal.
Okay.
If I got caught with it, I was going to say that he took it and that I was just bringing it back. That was the plan, but,
Well, had
you know.
failed, then you would have probably got the bond. But instead you get the magic item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I do want to point out, Shannon, that you invited Menger to hide behind you.
Yes.
Which is the exact opposite of this
alignment. I know, but I think her alignment is changing. That's why.
Okay. And that's fine. That can happen.
She's getting softer. She likes the people that she's hanging out with more. As far as bonds go, my bond with Wick was that I wanted to gain Wick's trust so that I could steal his gold.
You've done anything but.
I know.
Okay.
But I wanted to gain your trust to you have an affinity for gold, seek to exploit that. I think that, and then what I wrote was that maybe she's starting to feel badly about him constantly taking the blame for her small town crimes. So I think that she's like trying to warm up to him, but she just can't. She's trying, but she can't.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Nothing resolved there.
Well, it looks like, well, not Wick, but everyone, it looks like, has enough XP to level up, which was 8 required to level up. So once we resolve journeying back to the Hollows, we will do level up. So be prepared to, like, feel free to pick the stat you want to increase, pick the move that you wanted to add from, advancing, and be ready to do that next week. And we will resolve the journey back. If there are any encounters, we'll have some cool scenes, and we'll get you all started on our second arc. Yeah.
Nice.
This was fun.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So I know we're really late, and it's really late for Brian, who stayed up really late last night taking care of his family. So are there any quick shout outs anyone wants to give before we sign off for the night?
Yeah. I'll go first since I don't listen to what Millman tells me to do. Guys, I am John Dungeon Master. I do all things D&D related. We're running frickin' 4 games a week now, and we are starting our own little RPG that John's Madness has concocted. So if you want to playtest that, come over to the name that is being posted in Twitch chat called that. There we go. And, go there. There's a link to the Discord at the bottom. Yeah.
There is a string of just random letters.
Yeah.
For those of you who can't see chat, watching on YouTube. Anything else? Okay.
Show up on Saturday on John's channel.
Yes.
As the political team comes back from a long 2-week plus journey of obtaining maybe absolutely nothing besides a little bit of information, and then maybe raids a vampire castle. We'll see.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
That does sound fun.
Nice.
All right. We'll be back next week with more Fable Table. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. And the one final announcement I have is that this channel has hit affiliate. I'm just waiting for Twitch to review my tax information and give me the green light. So you may see some different things when you log in and come to this show next week. Maybe some ads, maybe the ability to subscribe, which we would super appreciate if you did and wanted to throw us some support. We also have a Patreon and a link below, which I haven't mentioned until now. Even if you can only toss us like $1 a month, anything that you all want to offer to support the show, we really appreciate. So thank you everyone who is watching. We'll see you next week. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Bye.